Imagine you're sitting right where you are now. Everything seems normal. The light from the window hits the room just right. You can feel your heart beating, your lungs filling with air. Then, it happens. The bubble wall hits you. There's no sound, no flash of light. Reality itself just stops being compatible with you. The atoms making up your hand can't exist under the new rules. Your body doesn't even have time to send a pain signal to your brain. You're just gone. And so is everyone else. Everywhere. This is called vacuum decay. And it's not science fiction. It's a real concept physicists discuss. To understand it, you need to know that space isn't truly empty. It's filled with an energy field, present everywhere, even in the darkest corners of the cosmos. Right now, that field is stable. But stable doesn't always mean final. Our universe might be in what's called a false vacuum. Think of it like a ball resting on a high shelf. It looks stable, but there's a lower shelf, a state with even less energy that it could fall to. If our universe ever finds that lower, more stable state, it will snap into it instantly. When that happens, a bubble forms. Inside that bubble, the fundamental laws of physics are completely different. The rules that allow matter, as we know it to exist, no longer apply. We call it the kill bubble. This bubble doesn't need a specific cause. It could be triggered by a random quantum fluctuation in empty space. It could happen right now, a billion light-years away, and already be racing towards us. Once the bubble forms, it expands outward in every direction at almost the speed of light. Nothing in the universe can outrun it. You wouldn't get a warning. Any warning signal would travel at or below the speed of light. But the bubble wall is already moving that fast. By the time the light from the bubble's edge could reach you to say, "It's coming," the wall itself would have already arrived. You wouldn't even have time to feel afraid. Let's imagine the bubble reaches our solar system. The wall passes through the sun first. Inside the bubble, the forces that enable nuclear fusion change. Protons and neutrons might not bind together in the same way. The sun doesn't explode. It just ceases to be the kind of object that can exist. 8 minutes later, the bubble hits Earth. We wouldn't see the sun go dark because the wall is traveling right alongside the last light from the sun. It just arrives. When this new physics touches our planet, atoms are no longer stable. The electrons orbiting the nucleus can't maintain their positions. Molecules fall apart. Not because they're heated or crushed, but because the very rules holding them together are gone. Your body doesn't burn. You don't freeze. You don't suffocate. You don't die in the conventional sense. You get deleted. There's no moment of pain, because pain requires a functioning nervous system. There's no final thought, because thought requires atoms arranged in a brain. You are simply not a valid object under the new rules of reality. So you stop existing. This idea comes from real physics, tied to something called the Higgs field, the very field that gives particles their mass. Scientists have measured the properties of the Higgs field, and the data suggests our universe might indeed be metastable. That means it's stable for now, but not in the lowest possible energy state. It's like a pencil balanced on its tip. It's holding, but it's not truly secure. Now, before you panic, let's look at the odds. The universe has been around for 13.8 billion years, and it hasn't decayed yet. The calculations suggest that the expected time before this might happen is unimaginably long. We're talking longer than the lifetime of all the stars, longer than it takes for black holes to evaporate, even longer than the predicted heat death of the universe itself. So, the chance of this happening while you are alive is, for all practical purposes, 0. You are almost certainly not going to die this way. But the chance isn't actually zero. It's just very, very, very small. And if it ever does happen, anywhere, at any point in the future, there is no possible response. You can't build a bunker to withstand it. You can't evacuate to another galaxy. You can't see it coming and make your peace with it. There's no after to rebuild in. Every other cosmic disaster we can imagine still leaves something behind. A supernova destroys a star, but the heavy elements it creates scatter across space and form new worlds. A black hole consumes matter, but the universe continues on around it. Even the slow, eventual heat death of the universe leaves behind a cold, dark space that still follows a consistent set of rules. Vacuum decay is different. It erases the entire experiment. It replaces the rules themselves. We spend so much time worrying about dangers we can see, asteroids we can track, solar flares we can predict. Even distant gamma-ray bursts leave evidence we can study, like light and radiation. But vacuum decay is the ultimate silent threat. It doesn't just destroy the universe, it rewrites it from the ground up. And in that new universe, there's no such thing as a survivor. There is no story. There is no memory. There is no Earth that used to be here. There is only a bubble, still growing, erasing everything it touches. It's a humbling and frankly terrifying thought. A reminder of how fragile our corner of reality might be. Thanks for exploring this cosmic possibility with me. If you found this fascinating, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the universe's biggest questions.